most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it.
God damn.
Whew. God damn is right. God damn is right, man. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, man. Welcome to another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. Welcome to another edition of Notorious Unscripted, man. This is episode 202 of Unscripted, man. And with that, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know how the show works, every Monday we are on here after Monday Night Raw with Notorious Unscripted. Every Friday we are on here with the news at 4 p.m. Central. If you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, that is huge shows for Indianapolis, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble. Dijak announces he is leaving. Well, by now he has left the WWE. We talked about that, Forbidden Door predictions, and a bunch of other good stuff there on episode 220 of the news, man. So if you guys did miss that, that is available for you guys on all platforms. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every Friday at 4 p.m. Central with the news, man. Also, man, if you guys are interested in the post pay-per-view reviews, the Forbidden Door 2024 official review is uploaded on all platforms for you guys as well. Again, that's Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live for the post-show reviews for both WWE and AEW. So if you guys did join me yesterday, then I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. I mean, even if you guys didn't join, I still appreciate you guys, man. But if you guys were able to join me yesterday, man, for the solo review, like I said, man, I don't know how many people fuck with the solo Johnny reviews, but if you did, and if you guys did enjoy the review, thank you guys very much. It was a pretty good time, man. It was a pretty good time. That was actually the highlight of my night after watching that boring show, Forbidden Door, as many say. But if you guys did enjoy the review, man, thank you guys so very much. We did get a great turnout on that, so I appreciate you guys for popping out for the review, whether you were there live or part of the Replay Mafia, man. Thank you guys so very much for, like I said, pretty good turnout for the show, man. And yes, thank you guys as always, bro. You guys are the best. You guys always kill it, man. You guys always kill it. You guys always know how to pop out and make a pretty good turnout for the show, man, and just make what we do that much more worth it, man. So I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, and yeah, bro. So if you guys did miss that, again, like I said, that's on all platforms as well as the news from Friday, man. So yes, so like I said on yesterday's show, the next time we will be live for the post-show reviews will be in just 5 short days. For Money in the Bank, man. So I'm very excited for that. Man. That's looking to shape up to be a fucking great show. Man. I know Forbidden Door, man, it brought a lot of fans out of the woodworks. A lot of AEW fans upset with the harsh reality that Forbidden Door and the concept is dead.
No, it's dead already.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard on the review yesterday, but I compared the state of Forbidden Door nowadays to 2020 and 2021 Survivor Series. Dead concept.
Oh, 100%. Completely dead. Completely pointless. It's the most boring, pointless thing. It's lame.
Exactly, and like I was saying with a lot of these AEW shows, okay, you guys want your tribalism. You guys want the tribalism, and that's all well and dandy. I understand to a degree. I think wrestling fans take it a little too far, but I do understand tribalism. But, I know it's hard for you guys to look in the mirror, but that's the fucking harsh reality of the situation, bro. The concept is dead. And we were saying the shit with WWE too, so keeping that same energy with AEW, bro. The concept was dead for WWE. We called it out then. Concept is dead for AEW, and we're calling it out now. If you don't like it, man, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, but go watch one of these fucking ass lickers here in the IWC who fucking talk about all the positives to everything. The positives.
Let's only talk about the positives, man. So much negativity. We have to talk about only the positive things.
Which actually, for people in the IWC, I genuinely feel we have probably some of the better balance of. There are 100%, for sure. We're always the first to point out that we love the company and the company's great, and maybe this person's not bad, but they're booking them like shit. So
yeah, it is. There's a lot of people. Like, listen, I throw my shit about Orange Cassidy every Monday. I do. The guy's good. We just seen too much of the guy. It's as simple as that. I may make my jokes every week about how much I hate the guy and how much he sucks. He doesn't. He's good.
yeah.
We just see too much of him, and I'm sick of him. And that's basically Forbidden Door. I see too much of it, and I'm sick of it.
Exactly. You see, and I'm the same way with Damian Priest. Okay, I come on here every week and I say this guy sucks because he does. Anyways, moving on. Uh, very positive figures in the IWC, man. There is a lot of people in the IWC. Either you got the people that are just overly positive and refuse to actually say what they think about anything and just blatantly lie to their audience for validation. Either that, or you have the people that just hate everything and they hate everybody that has different opinions, and they think that they're idiots or whatever. They
You're
don't.
not a real wrestling fan if you don't do this, or you don't know this, or it never ends.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It really doesn't, bro. But regardless, Bell out here moving my fucking camera again. Unbelievable. Anyways, yeah, bro. But I would like to think that I think out of the people in the IWC, I think we actually are some of the more wrestling fans on here with their heads screwed on correctly.
Exactly. I don't blindly hate something or blindly love it. I analyze it and I figure out what I don't like and what I like about something. There's things that I
Like
dislike
Dynamite.
about everything. Exactly. Most of it just happens to be a dislike. But you, you rewind to 2021, that shit was 10 times better than WWE. And it is what it is. And it is what it is. It's just how it is at the moment right now. Dynamite's awesome. But there's good things on the show. Good people.
Yeah,
Good system.
for sure, man. So, yes, if you guys did miss the Forbidden Door review, at this point, I don't even want to say the big five for WWE and AEW, man. If you got, I said it yesterday, most of these pay-per-views will more than likely get a review. Again, whether it's me and my man Sir K here, the preferable option, or just me, whether oh, Jesus, this fucking guy. He's trying to get me to glaze him. But yes. Again, like I said, I don't even want to say the big five for each, because at this point, dude, it's basically every pay-per-view at this point. Now, honestly, see, with the Forbidden Door review last night, genuinely, I feel the review was not the best, because the concept, when I tell you that concept does not excite me at all, and I mean at all, it wasn't necessarily the most excited I've been to talk about a wrestling show. So I think the perfectionist in me definitely thought that it could have been better. It wasn't a bad review. I thought it was a great review, man. But I just thought I was a little, I just thought I was just a little just worn out from the concept, bro. So as for Forbidden Door, when June rolls around next year, that might have to be the one show that we just don't do, because honest to God, man, other than, I mean, and a lot of good did turn out on the show, but it's the fact that it ties into nothing. And maybe WWE's to blame for that a little bit, because all these pay-per-views we've been watching have been so rich in story that when we get a show that's like, AEW shows are normally very dead in story, but this one was like dead in story. It's not an exciting thing, man.
Oh, it's really not, man. And you can't expect the energy to be insane on a show you at the end of the day you don't care about. It is what it is. It's not a product of you. It's a product of Tony Khan.
It is a product of me.
No, it's not. It's a product of
Somewhat.
Tony Khan. No, it's not. That's not how that works. What do you want to be, one of these fucking internet dorks that can working out over fucking just matches?
Yeah.
No. You were honest. The show was boring as fuck. I was bored as fuck. Sitting there for 4 fucking hours, dude. I fell asleep twice on that show. Twice.
He did. I have the pictures to prove.
Oh my god, you took a fucking
I
picture.
did.
That actually never ends. But like the show was fucking boring. The show was boring as fuck, dude. So don't put that on yourself. Put that on Tony Khan for producing an overall boring ass show, man. But
Yeah,
it is what
Forbidden
it
Boar.
is. Forbidden door. Forbidden door. A lot of phrases you could put.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, man. I mean, again, bro, genuinely, and you guys know, like, we're bringing you all the reviews for WWE this year, and honestly AEW as well. But man, is it hard? Is it going to
For
be a
real.
hard decision coming up? Because at least with AEW shows, they somewhat tell a story that's going to play out on television. And that leaves
Yeah.
us to rant about because we're familiar with what's been going on television. But when it comes to Forbidden Door, dude, the show most of the show ties back to nothing. I mean, even Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, like, Osprey's immediately gonna go into something with MJF and Daniel Garcia and what they got going on, and Swerve has the winner of the Owen to look forward to. So that almost tied into nothing as well. So,
It was pointless.
man, I'm telling you, and seriously, and obviously we got a year to think, and maybe Forbidden Door, the excitement for Forbidden Door is gonna be different next year, but
Bro.
if it's not, man, and I wouldn't keep your hopes up that the concept is gonna change or be refreshed or anything. That actually might have to be a decision of the one fucking review we don't do, because it's just not fucking exciting, man.
You're just sitting there for fucking 4+ hours, just watching people you don't know, people you don't care about. Half the showers are making fun of people, dude. Like, you
Yeah.
had the fucking one dude that was fucking doing magic, fucking making
Oh,
snowballs, and like, it's just
Hechicero,
sitting
he's doing that.
there. Apparently, according to Twitter, from I've seen referenced and like posts about him, that is his gimmick. Is a wizard. He's a wizard.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There was memes about him like being a wizard.
Oh
I
fuck!
saw. So that was legit. We were making jokes, and he was actually casting spells out there.
Christ's sake! Oh my god, that is awful. Wow, I didn't even know that. But yeah, man. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
and cast the time skip spell to fucking skip time to 11 o'clock that night.
yeah, and I mean that one, bro. I mean, literally, dude. If again, I mean, you guys have seen it this summer, bro. We've been enthusiastic. We've been excited and enthusiastic about a fucking backlash show.
Yeah.
We've been excited about we did our first Saudi show review this year. The first one. We did a
That's how good this shit's been.
we did a fucking Saudi show. And what was the last one? Scott, well, I mean, Clash at the Castle is always bang, but we did an Elimination Chamber again for the second year in a row because the shows are just fucking exciting. They're just exciting, man. They exude excitement out of you. You're excited for these shows. You want to see, you want to see what happens. You want to see the continuation of the just rich storytelling that we've had in WWE. And again, man, I mean, I would obviously love to bring you guys a Forbidden Door review, man, but man, if the shows are always going to turn out that worthless, next June, we're definitely going to have a conversation about that just being a show that doesn't need talking about whatsoever. I would have rather reviewed Dynasty because at least Dynasty had some implications of what was happening on AEW television.
And this had fucking nothing, dude. It was just a bunch of nothing matches that nothing happens afterwards. And that's Forbidden Door for you. Especially next year with fucking Wrestle Dynasty. If they're also doing Forbidden Door, God no. That shit's gonna be horrid if they do both.
See, what I don't understand is you already introduced CMLL and Stardom this year to Forbidden Door. So
Mhm.
you added all of those shows together as if you don't already have what you're announcing in Forbidden Door.
It's acting like this is some crazy version of it. It's the
Yeah,
same thing.
that was what shocked me. Was it's just like I was saying on yesterday's review, there's only one logo that you could add to the Wrestle Dynasty logo that's going to make anybody give a fuck.
There's not any logos they got there.
And it wasn't any of them.
Completely pointless. You might as well just only do the AEW logo at that point.
Yeah,
Fucking what's the difference?
who from ROH is coming over? I mean, what? I mean,
Like,
honestly.
AEW. Like, it's so fucking lame, dude. Is it replacing Wrestle Kingdom? Or
No,
are
no,
they
no.
both happening?
So it's it's basically a 2-night Wrestle Kingdom. So
Oh, okay.
the one night is Wrestle Kingdom, and then the 4th, on January 4th, is Wrestle Kingdom. January 5th is Wrestle Dynasty. So what I suggested was maybe New Japan is sick of their Wrestle Kingdom shows having like AEW talent on there, so they decided to make Wrestle Dynasty to give them their own show. That's the only thing I could think of to put all the collabs on. But
more than likely.
yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, it's
Bro,
like
if I was tired,
mm-hmm.
fall asleep at fucking 8 o'clock, do they think I'm able to stay up at 4 in the morning and do the same thing?
I don't understand. So like AEW Forbidden Door, like I still have it on my OBS here. I could post it up for you guys. Okay, so Wrestle Dynasty has, as you can see, the logo has CMLL, AEW, New Japan, ROH, and Stardom. Is that not Forbidden Door? We had Hechicero on the show from CMLL. We had Mina Shirakawa from Stardom. We had Stephanie Vacker from CMLL. I mean, and then obviously ROH people are just people employed with AEW, so that doesn't necessarily count. And then obviously we had New Japan people on the show like Naito and, Tanahashi and whatnot. So I don't understand why they acted like this was some groundbreaking announcement when all of these brands are included in the Forbidden Door show. So this makes the concept even more dead because there's more of this. And what makes it dead from the jump was the Forbidden Door has never closed since they opened it.
It's open 24/7. It's Walmart pre-COVID. It's open 24/7.
So,
like, man, it's special.
I mean, there's absolutely no appeal to it. This is Forbidden Door. This is Forbidden Door 2, I guess, throughout the year. This is the second Forbidden Door show we get. Like I said, all of these brands that I just showed are included in Forbidden Door already, so I really don't understand the appeal here. I don't know why they don't just bring a Forbidden Door show to Japan.
I have no clue. It's been a whole thing apparently how that can never happen, but they just do Wrestle Dynasty. At least Forbidden Door is a cool name for a show and a cool theme like the portals and shit.
Yeah.
Wrestle Dynasty, lame ass shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't. I don't really understand, bro. I do not really understand, man. But yes, and like I said, man, you guys know, bro. We've been pumping out these reviews fucking every month. We've been pumping out these reviews every month, man. We only literally, bro, as of last year, all the summer shows except for Money in the Bank we skipped. It doesn't even fucking Stevie Wonder would be able to decipher that a lot of these summer shows genuinely are worth a review. And honestly, some of my favorite reviews that we've done have been throughout this summer. The Backlash review was a fucking blast to talk about. The King of the Ring was a bit of a head scratcher, but still nice to decipher. And talk about. And then exactly, Clash at the Castle was again a blast to talk about. The Mania 40 review I loved. The Elimination Chamber review I loved. Royal Rumble I was rather upset, but still, and it was all right, and it was an all right show and nice to talk about nonetheless. But And then it brings us to Money in the Bank and SummerSlam. And I mean, you look at what we got for the rest of the year. I mean, if that doesn't scream exciting, then I don't know what does, bro. We got Money in the Bank coming up. We got fucking SummerSlam, which I'm fucking over the moon excited to talk about because I think, well, I mean, we're going to talk about what happened on SmackDown, but I think we all know who's coming back at SummerSlam. You got Bash in Berlin, Bad Blood, the Crown Jewel, Survivor Series. I mean, there's a lot of shows. There's a lot of shows coming up that are still going to be very exciting to talk about, bro. So yeah, but with that, man, again, I don't sound like a broken record, but we seriously need to have a talk at the beginning of next June to see what this whole situation is going to look like, man. And please forgive us if we don't do a Forbidden Door review next year because, man, that it was just boring. And again, they turned out great wrestling. They really did turn out great wrestling, bro. But you know, what is great wrestling if I don't give a shit about it.
It's like I don't care, man. You put on a dope ass action movie with some dope ass action. If I don't care about the story don't tell me. It's just meaningless action. Like I don't get it, man. Not to wrestling fans, not to those elitists, man. That's all they care about is the match.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But if you guys have not got a chance to pick up some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com, where you can find all 8 of these beautiful designs, the very best in the IWC over there on bonfire.com. Again, link is in the top description of this very video, man. Also, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels podcast, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very podcast. And as for the other half, we got the returning Sir K, man. How the hell are you, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just been chilling, man. Just been chilling. Back to the norm next week, sadly. But everything's been going good, man. Everything's been going good. Recovery's been good, and pretty soon I'll be back to where I was fucking last year, man. So that'll be pretty good, man. But like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. The family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing in the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good, man. Just dandy myself, bro. Nothing too much going on, bro. Nothing too much going on. Just chilling, to be honest, man. So can't complain, man. Obviously, yeah, just ready to talk about the weekly television, bro. But yeah, so yeah, honestly, nothing exciting on my end, bro, going on at the moment. But yeah, as Durante always asks, I'm good. Family's good. What about you, Durante? How the hell are you doing? Logan, Bell, Pops, thank you guys. Whether you're here now or part of the Replay Mafia, JT, JB, thank you guys so very much for joining us, man. And yeah, that is that is what's going on with your boy, bro. So yes, I'm doing good, man. But man, so was there anything else? Was there any other brief thoughts you wanted to give about Forbidden Door?
I'll just give my overall thoughts, man. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was not bad. It was more boring than bad, and in a way that's worse. Like, especially as like a reviewer, it's always easier to talk about something that's bad than something that's just boring. And I'm sure you had a difficult time last night because that's all it was. It was just boring. I was fucking falling asleep. I fell asleep twice during the show. Most show I didn't care about. Ladder match was fun. The 2 women's matches were pretty good. Um, and the second half of the main event was pretty good. Besides, stupid things like no selling, like crazy. Um, we usually, I'm not a big complainer on the no selling, like Will Ospreay stuff. I didn't like how they do it in the end of that match, but overall, it's just a style difference. It's just nothing I'm crazy about. But overall, show was just boring, man. Just glad we had each other there in Discord to make jokes and talk and lighten up the mood somehow, man.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for that, I don't know how anybody watched that show, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe we paid for that show. That is not a show you pay for, and we did. And Tony Khan owes us
Fuck.
$50.
He does
He really does.
100%. 100%.
That
Yeah,
show was mad.
that. Yeah, no, absolutely not. That was not. That was not Forbidden Door or $50 worth of a Forbidden Door pay per view at all. It was not at
No.
all, man. But yeah, I mean, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't think I did not think that was worth the $50 price tag whatsoever. And seriously, bro, and I know, again, like I mentioned it on yesterday's review, but I know Tony's been talking about, he's going to repay the fans that have been there, and he's going to repay the fans that have been there and the fans that have, paid $50, and he's going to strike AEW a good deal for their distribution of pay-per-views. He seriously needs to get on it. He needs to get on it, man, because not only do people not need to pay $50 for your pay-per-views a piece, but you got to, and I mean you've got to fucking shorten these cards, man. You've got to shorten these cards.
Oh, you got to, man.
I would rather get a pay-per-view. I would rather get a 3-hour pay-per-view that had one match on it, but the one match was so fucking rich in story that I couldn't even fathom, than these 15-match cards, and I feel nothing going into any of them. And do the matches turn out as good matches? Sure they do. But do I feel anything going into these matches? No.
No, I don't feel nothing. And if I don't feel nothing, I'm not really going to pay attention all that much.
Yeah. Exactly, man. But yeah. So yeah, he's got to do something about that, man. He's got to do something about that. But yeah, yeah. Was that all your thoughts on Forbidden Door this year?
Overall, I would say basically just one word to describe it, man. It was boring.
For sure. Honestly, dude, as for AEW Dynamite, bro, they sort of just teased the MJF and Will Ospreay story even more, which I can really appreciate, that they're actually giving us teases and making us kind of excited, and it actually looks like they're going to be telling something of a story for MJF and Ospreay, and that makes me happy. I just hope they don't butcher it when we do finally get there, but it is looking like something that could possibly happen at All In, and I'm all in on it, to be honest, man.
Definitely, man. That's one thing that I love about MJF. If someone's in a feud with MJF, we're gonna get some type of story, man, and that's just great to see.
Yep.
That's why that's why he brings some soul back in the Dynamite, man. Whenever he's on it.
100%, man. And then on the opposite end of that, we could just get more. We got more stuff with the Elite, talking about how they have a surprise guy, their personal pick, that they're gonna choose to be the wild card for the Owen Cup, and then on fucking Collision, they decide to air a Hangman Page vignette, which insisted of him walking through an empty house, and he was drinking again, as somebody was carrying out his baby's carriage. I don't know if like his wife left him it or something, and maybe that's the personal issues he's been going through, but the vignette was him in an empty house. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know, it's none of our business, but I don't know if that is what he's been gone with. I know he was gone with personal issues. I don't know if it was that, but he was in an empty house, and there was, he was getting flashbacks of when the house had like furniture in it. And it was like, some dude carrying out his kid's baby crib. I don't know exactly, but he picked up drinking again, and I guess this means he's gonna be hanging with the elite. And there was also
Which
Swerve in the vignette as well, like him getting flashbacks of Swerve in the house. Maybe they moved houses. Maybe they were scared for their lives.
I feel like it's going to be like on storyline, something like that. How, he had to move his whole family because, they were scared of, people, from Swerve, which is good. And it connects them back to Swerve, which I like, man.
Yeah,
But they couldn't have gave us this package after he returns.
bro.
Like, is it that difficult to just let us get surprised at this point? Just surprise us, please.
Or you could have did that same vignette, but instead of making it so blatantly obvious it was Hangman, it could have been a house, Hangman's house, with a dark, all black silhouette walking through the house, just like he was, but instead of seeing Hangman, it was just a black silhouette walking through the house, and at the end of the vignette, it's revealed that Hangman is the guy in the vignette, and boom, then you hit his music and he comes out as the wild card.
Exactly, man. Or you could basically do that same vignette to tease, before even like they could have done on Collision, but you put nobody walking through the house. You just put footage through the house, and you just put like a half drunken bottle and cup on one of like the dressers that's left there, and you call it that. Keep it simple. Keep it teasing, because people go, oh, is it Hangman? Yeah, there was alcohol. There was a Hangman. Was it Jeff? You could have people thinking. But you just go out and give us Hangman, dude, already.
He's too
Fucking
busy singing in the forest, Jeff.
the videos are hilarious, bro. It's
The fuck is he on, bro? Jesus.
Can't really answer that question.
Yeah,
There
probably.
was one where Jeff was leaning on a tree, bro, and from the angle, I swear to God, it looks like he's taking a piss in the forest. It's hilarious.
Good lord. Good old Jeff. Good old Jeff, bro. You gotta love him. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't, I don't know why they didn't do, a vignette of somebody walking through the house. And again, you could have done it on Collision and you could have put a to be continued at the end
Yeah,
of Collision. And then on Dynamite, right before this person, comes through the curtain, you get the continuation and you get, this figure walking up to a house or walking through the house and he's goes and sits down in the middle of an empty furnitured house right in the middle of the living room, and he sits down right in the middle of the floor and picks up beer and a glass, and it's revealed to be Hangman, and then you hit his music and he comes out. So I don't know why. Again, I don't know why it was, unless the wild card isn't Hangman and they go with somebody like Ricochet or something.
would be a good swerve. If that's a swerve, that'd be a good swerve. But I feel like it's just gonna be Hangman because
Yep.
they showed swerve. Like, come on.
It also doesn't make any sense because what is Ricochet the elite's guy? Is Ricochet gonna be like now this person now they've made it to where this person has to be with the elite. So
Yeah,
and again,
that
Hangman was
ain't
only suspended. He wasn't
it.
fired from the group like Kenny was. So it's going to be interesting as to how that dynamic works too, because you know what you know what is Hangman gonna say? Like, why the fuck did you guys fire me, or why the fuck did you guys suspend me? How's that gonna work?
Yeah, they're
So
gonna take. I think they're gonna hit. I asked for that suspension or some bullshit, or the suspension was bullshit. I was just home.
definitely, definitely, man. So I don't know. I don't know. And they could tie it back. They could tie it back and say, maybe Hangman asked for it because the elite knew that he had to move his family because they were scared or something. But, could be something like that. It could be something like that. But if that is the case and Hangman moved his whole family to keep up with the storyline, I love the dedication.
I respect it, man. I respect it.
For sure. Yeah, so the Elite were, complaining. They were complaining that they need to win. They need this person to get in the Owen and win the AEW World Championship because then they'll have all the power. Bro, for the love of God, I'm so fucking tired of hearing these guys talk about we need this to get we need this to get power. We need that to get power. Bro, y'all won Anarchy in the fucking arena.
Especially now. Now they do have all the gold that, each one could have. Why are you doing blood and guts at that point?
Exactly. That's what pisses me off. They keep moving the goalpost. Well, we need Jack Perry to win the TNT title. Oh, well, now we need this guy to win the Owen Cup and bring the World Championship to the... Like, bro.
What are you talking about, bro? You're EVPs. Well, I don't get it, dude. I don't fucking understand. How are you able to fire people, but at the same time you don't have any power?
I do not understand why Tony Khan can't just kayfabe, not be backstage, and have the Elite, just say the Elite run the show. It would make the hostile takeover look more like a hostile takeover. This looks nothing like a hostile takeover.
No, it's just a side storyline. That's all it feels like.
Yeah, and that was basically about it for anything that can tie into future reference. Oh, and Jay White advanced in the Owen, as well as nope, that was it. That was the only Owen match. Yeah, Jay White advanced in the Owen, and I forgot to mention this on Forbidden Door, the card the review yesterday. How the fuck is Switchblade not on a Forbidden Door card? How the fuck does that happen?
Like, I
Okay.
don't get it, dude. I don't get it. They take their people, and that's it. Good old Tony Khan doing what fans hate Triple H for doing.
So, that was that. SmackDown. It's only one thing to talk about for SmackDown. You guys know what it is. Last year on SmackDown in the Garden, that was the segment where Solo grabbed the Ulafala. Do you remember that segment?
Yeah, I saw that, dude. That's crazy.
I remember because this man Sir K was going bonkers that Solo was looking at the Ulafala like that, and here we are a year later, and Sir K makes fun of him. Anyways, so
How have I eaten my fucking words? Well, and to be fair, at the time, I thought we would have got, Solo Sikoa and after fucking weekend. But here we are.
So
the weakest part of his own group, but it's okay.
seriously, bro, they hit that right on the head, man. They hit that right on the head. So 1 year later, we come back. Roman is gone. Jay is gone. Sammy's gone. Well, Sammy's already gone. Jimmy's gone. The only two left from the OG bloodline are Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa going into this episode. The show opens up. Heyman meets the bloodline. They get out of their Cadillac Escalade as The Weeknd and MJF and Tongaloa get out of the car. And Paul Heyman looks at them and he says, Solo, with all due respect, where is Jacob Fatu? And Solo says, Solo doesn't answer him. And The Weeknd, MJF, and Tongaloa walk off, or Camacho walk off. They walk off and they leave Paul Heyman standing there. They go out to the ring for the acknowledgement ceremony, and another Escalade pulls up behind them, and out comes the New Legacy, except we replaced Ted DiBiase for Kevin Owens.
It's hilarious. I didn't think about that.
And Legacy comes out to the ring. They come out to the ring, man, and a huge brawl breaks out with everybody. We do not see a lick of Jacob Fatu. Nothing. We don't see a lick of him until the end of the show. But huge brawl breaks out. They can't get Cody, or they can't get Legacy out of the ring. So they're all in there cutting a promo on the Bloodline, and Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis comes out, and he brings out the NYPD to get Cody, Randy Orton, and Ted DiBiase Jr. out of the ring, and
that makes sense. The police came for Ted DiBiase Jr. That really is legacy after all.
Oh, man. It really is, bro. It really is. So they get them to exit the ring in the middle of the show. Well, first off, man, what'd you think about the open SmackDown? What'd you think about that open? Crowd was hot for it.
They were hot, dude. I liked it. I was scared as fuck at first when Solo said, "I promise you, Jacob Fatu is not here." I was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna fucking change his name, aren't they?" I was terrified at that moment. I can't lie. Because I thought they were gonna do Jacob's not here, but Caesar
is.
Dude, I was terrified of that shit. They didn't. Thank God, man. But I was terrified of that shit. But other than that terrified thought that was in the back of my mind, I loved it, dude. I thought it was pretty good. I like the beat up. Don't really understand how, like, kayfabe wise, where Jacob was, because at the end of the day, they were coming out right there to do what they did later in the night. So where was Jacob? That didn't really make sense to me. But other than that, I overall like the segment. I thought it was fun. Yeah, it was a fun opener.
Definitely agreed, man. In the middle of the show, Paul Heyman confronts Solo again, and he says to him, Solo, I'm going to ask you again, where is Jacob Fatu? And Solo says, wise man, take my word for it. Jacob is not here tonight.
Scared the hell out of me, dude.
I didn't even think about it like that, to be honest. I was more sad because I was thinking to myself, how the fuck are they going to do an acknowledgement ceremony, but Jacob's not here? I didn't necessarily believe him, but I was just thinking to myself, like, where are they going with this? That's kind of what was running through my mind. I was kind of just like, why isn't he with them? I guess Solo really wanted him to have his solo entrance that bad.
I guess so, man. I get it, but like you just say, yeah, he's waiting in his own area right now to come out by himself so he could like be introduced. I don't get why they kind of did that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's not here type shit. I don't understand that part of it.
Definitely. But so he says Jacob's not here. At the end of the show, they come out for their bloodline acknowledgement ceremony, and Solo's in the ring, and he's in the ring with, MJF. He's in the ring with Camacho, and he's in the ring with Paul Heyman, and they're all standing there, and he, he's talking, he's the tribal chief, typical Solo nowadays, typical Weekend nowadays. He asks right-hand man, Tamatanga, MFT, Tamatanga, step up, acknowledge me. Oh yeah, that's her. Right-hand man, MFT, MJF, stand up, or step up. Tama steps up. He says, acknowledge me. Tama spoke to him in Samoan and said, I acknowledge you. I love you. Infamous Camacho, step up. He tells Camacho to acknowledge him. Camacho says to Solo, I acknowledge you, tribal chief. Then he asks, well, actually, before this, I jumped ahead too much. Actually, my bad. He gave Jacob Fatu his own entrance. First thing he said on the mic was, I'm going to introduce you guys to the new enforcer of the bloodline, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. as Paul Heyman's just leaning on the ropes like, you motherfucker, because he lied straight to his face. So
Mm-hmm.
so Heyman was looking a little off. What did you think of the presentation, man? What did you think of the entrance? What did you think of everything surrounding Jacob Fatu and them? Usually that's something WWE will make your ass wait until the first time, you see him in action. But they gave us the solo entrance for Jacob Fatu rather quickly.
They did, man. What they did, which I could see why. At the end of the day, he is part of a group that always kind of does their thing together. So it does make sense for have him just do a solo entrance to show people anyway what it's gonna look like. Whenever he finally has solo matches, whenever that day comes. But overall, dude, from what I saw on Twitter, because literally the second I see he walked in the frame, my fucking Wi-Fi went out, and I didn't get to see it live. Um, but it was great, dude. It was great. Theme's all right. People are going crazy about the theme. I think it's a basic Def Rebel theme. Not a bad Def Rebel theme, actually. Very basic, so it's not too special to me, man. But the presentation itself, other than that, was phenomenal, man. Looked badass, great trons, great presentation. Love what they did there, man. So happy.
100%. Yeah, he didn't. I wouldn't say he got blessed with the Def Rebel
No,
theme, but he also didn't get cursed with the Def Rebel theme. It was
just
sort of.
noise.
It could have been worse. We could have heard Jacob Fatu,
Oh,
and then
God.
go into
Like a
some
wolf call.
go into some corny Samoan fucking Subway Surfers fucking song. But no, man. I didn't think he got blessed with a Def Rebel theme, but I also didn't think he got cursed. I thought it was about in the middle of the barrel of just about as passable as you can get. For a Def Rebel themes. As for the entrance, Triple H loves getting in the entrance studio, bro. I mean, this man loves it. This man loves cooking up some entrances, bro. And he's very good at making people's entrances feel unique. He's very good at that kind of thing. So, he gave Jacob Fatu a great entrance. You've seen the fire. His Trons looked amazing. When he hopped up on the ring apron, a nice red light came down on him as he just had this fucking menacing look on his face. So he looked great. He looked great, man, and it went good. It went good in terms of the presentation and his entrance and everything. So anyways, after he gets done asking infamous Camacho to acknowledge him, he asks Jacob Fatu, the enforcer, the Samoan werewolf, to step up. Here's where things kind of got a little odd for me in just the tone they had Jacob Fatu talking. He just seemed very. To me, it screamed, "I'm not gonna talk much, and I'm just gonna sound like a crazy person when I talk."
Yeah,
And that sucks.
yeah, it's annoying. They just basically told him to just be hyped up 24/7 and angry. And let's just let these people be themselves, dude. Please. I get it. You're trying to hide Solo's missteps, man. But it's not that bad, dude. It's really not. Just let them be them.
For sure. And he asks, like I said, he says, the enforcer, Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, step up, acknowledge me. He spoke to him in Samoan as well. And then he said to him, I love you, Solo. I acknowledge you. And then he looks at Paul Heyman. This is where things got interesting. He walks up to Paul Heyman and he says, "Wise man, actually, not yet." And he looks at Tongaloa. Tongaloa has a velvet bag as he pulls the Ulafala out of the bag as Paul Heyman sold the shit out of this. This man sold this as if he just found out that Roman Reigns has been kidnapped. Bro, he immediately starts screaming, "Whoa, where did you get that? Where did you get that? How did you get that?" probably ordered it from the same site that Sir K got mine as my birthday gift.
You probably did. It's great. I respect it.
So, yeah. So he says, where did you get that? And Solo hands it to him as Paul Heyman starts crying and kissing the beads and looking up into the sky as if Roman Reigns has passed on. God forbid, he's looking up to the sky and he's kissing the beads and he's crying. And he says, "Wise man, acknowledge me." As he opens his arm and tucks his head down so Heyman can put the Ulafala around his neck. And Paul Heyman grabs the mic and he says, "I acknowledge," takes a long pause, "that you are not my tribal chief." And he throws the mic down. I'm getting goosebumps just saying it. Bro, holy shit.
God damn. That hit.
Wow.
He's loyal, man. He's loyal to Roman.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, man, I love how all this has went down, man. I mean, at the Hall of Fame ceremony, bro, you heard Roman Reigns say on the podium, if I don't have Paul Heyman, that would be the last time that you see the tribal chief character. And that and it's just so beautiful how all of that has went down ever since WrestleMania with Roman losing the belt. And I was at a point in the storyline where I thought that Heyman was going to start leaning towards Solo once Roman lost the belt.
Yeah.
But it is they're really on the cusp of telling a beautiful, heart fucking felt story with the bloodline, with Paul Heyman still being loyal to Roman Reigns even though he's not the champion anymore. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, and I love that. I do.
I really do, man. I like that a lot. I like how he's loyal to Roman, man, and it's gonna show through. And he didn't pay for it on Friday, but I think they're gonna get paid back. Come around SummerSlam, maybe a little bit before.
Ooh, bro.
That's it, dude.
Man. So Paul Heyman throws the mic down. He throws the mic down and he just has this look of defeat on his face. He has this look. You know what's so beautiful about this story, bro, is Sami Zayn, when he turned on the bloodline, had the same exact look of accepting their fate.
Mm-hmm.
He had that same look. Oh, are you back? Okay.
I'm back.
Goddamn. Yes, man. He had this look of just he had just the look of realization, man. The look of realizing, what his fate was. And right at that moment, Solo, without any hesitation, Samoan spikes Paul Heyman down to the mat as this bloodline starts just obliterating this man. They drag him out of the ring and give him a Shield triple power bomb through the announce table.
It's crazy, dude. I loved it. And that reckoning, it's gonna be insane, dude. Because if Roman Reigns told Paul Heyman, to basically tell the rest of the bloodline, hey, don't even lay a hand on CM Punk because he means, a lot to Heyman. We'll do that if we have to. They put their hands on Heyman himself, bro. Dude, they are fucked. They are fucked. I love it.
Bro, as soon as they threw that man through the table,
Oof.
I got fucking chills thinking about the countdown to SummerSlam because I would assume Paul Heyman's probably going to be gone now. Paul Heyman's probably going to be gone, and the next time we see Paul Heyman, I do not think he's coming alone.
No, I don't think so. I think we'll be with him. I think it'll be great.
As for who he comes with, I'm not sure, but I know one of the guys will be Roman Reigns. As for who else he comes with, he could come back with Jimmy. He could come back with Jimmy and Jay. Personally, I would milk it a little. I would,
don't know.
yeah,
I
I
would
would.
totally along one by one.
Yep, 100%. I would, because there's a lot of storytelling you got to go through with Jay and Roman and Jay and Jimmy and being able to get that trust back and all that stuff. So,
Oh, dude, the segment I can't wait most for is when those three are outnumbered and Sammy comes out to help them stand side by
dude,
side. That shit's
bro,
gonna be legend. I already can't wait for that. That segment's probably not till like November or fucking October, and I already can't wait for it.
dude, I'm saying, bro, the segment, and there's so many segments I'm excited for. The segment where we get Roman back, the segment where we get Rock back to reveal that he's the final boss, or well, we know he's the final, he's the tribal chief, or at least he's. He probably will throw that in there too, but.
I'm the final boss. I'm the tribal
The
boss.
tribal boss. Oh my god. As he's got his fucking home gym parked outside of the arena.
Oh my.
So there's the segment where Rock comes back to reveal that he's been the tribal chief or the high chief or whatever they want to say. The segment where we get the Usos back together, the segment where we get the whole OG bloodline back together. It's going to be insane. And then, the cherry on top of the cake, bro, is the segment where Sammy comes out to help these guys it's going to be fucking nuts, man. It's going to be nuts. But yeah, man. So, bro, as soon as they threw him through that announce table and Solo had the Ulafala put on him by one of the members, I can't remember, it might have been Tongaloa or something. They all stood ringside above Paul Heyman's lifeless body, and they all threw up the ones as Solo had on not just the silver chain, but he had on the Ulafala, bro. And man, these guys are fucking demons, man. These guys are demons. I love the way that, we may make fun of this new bloodline a lot, but they more often than not, they do make themselves look like very legit and individuals that should be taken seriously.
Definitely, man. Solo might dress like a goof with his fucking gloves and his jacket and that fucking. I hate that silk shirt that he wears so fucking much.
Oh, it's
Oh, he
horrible.
looks. Oh, I hate it. That's probably the worst thing he wears to me is that pillowcase ass shirt that man's fucking wearing. But they're great at the end of the day, and it's been great.
For sure, man. So, yeah. So that was the segment on SmackDown, man. As boy, oh boy, does the countdown to SummerSlam start now? And man,
I can't wait.
Roman is not going to be happy.
No, not at all. That's gonna be hell to pay.
Yes, he is. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, he is not going to be happy. And yeah, it's gonna be good stuff, bro. It's gonna be good stuff. But that was that. That was the SmackDown. Very good segment. Very a very good another part of this storyline. And yeah, I mean they've been hitting on all cylinders, man. Every time they got a big segment to go through, it always hits. It always hits like fucking crack, bro. When Tama Tonga or MJF debuted to be in the bloodline, that segment was amazing. The way Solo turned on Jimmy, and the way Jimmy was like, didn't even really comprehend he was talking about him, but then he was sort of shocked about it. The segment, dude, where Tongaloa came in was amazing. The segment where Jacob Fatu came in was amazing. I mean, they've been hitting on all cylinders, man. They've been hitting on all cylinders, and I know there's been some dead periods, but overall, man, the group is positioned good. And again, maybe it doesn't hit like the OG bloodline sometimes, man. But I mean, it's a little unfair to put that on. Jesus. it's a little unfair. My apologies. It is a little unfair to put that on that group sometimes, because they're never gonna amount to what the OG bloodline was, but they have made themselves look very good. They've made themselves look very good for what they're trying to do. They've told a good message, and they've progressed the storyline amazingly in terms of, over the past couple weeks, as Solo's head gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it's very apparent that he doesn't really give a fuck about Roman Reigns, and it's very
Mhm.
apparent that there's somebody else feeding information into his head.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, someone got him that Ulafala. And I think we all know who it is. Tribal Boss.
Tribal boss, the High Chief Tribal Boss.
Yep, all of it. High Chief Tribal Boss. Fucking,
He's fucking gonna be glazing himself in merch when he comes back, dude.
oh, it's gonna be so fucking great, man. It's gonna be legendary. But it's been great, dude. I love what they're doing, man. And that Roman return, man, is it gonna be legendary?
So legendary, bro. God, it's gonna be so fucking good. Um, yeah, I cannot wait for that, dude. So, yeah, that was pretty much everything for SmackDown, man. Oh, also, Tiffany Stratton, um, and LA Knight. I think those were the only two qualified on that night
It,
for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Um, so yeah, man, that was that, and yeah. Now for Monday Night Raw.
hell yeah.
For Monday Night Raw, man, what did you think of tonight's episode?
Thought it was pretty good, man. Thought it was overall pretty good. Love watching Raw. Can't believe that's a word that
Yeah, I
came.
was gonna
That's
say
phrase that came out of my mouth. Fucking
that was
hell.
weird.
Love watching Raw though, dude. It's great, and we miss it, but I like it. Well, I thought tonight was pretty good, man. I liked some of the pieces they did tonight. They're setting it up real good. I mean, I have kind of pulling you. I have hope that they're gonna make the right decision coming into the pay-per-view on Saturday, and each episode of Raw has solidified that, man. And if it doesn't happen,
Mhm.
boy oh boy, am I gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, and see, this is this is what AEW's gotta get down, man. Is making people excited for your pay per view isn't just putting together a fucking great card. They can do that in their sleep. They could put together a great card every given Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday, or Sunday, whatever day they're running on. They can put together a great card. But it's about, like Sir K said, man, it's about the string of shows that make you excited for the pay-per-view. It's about the string of
Hmm.
shows that they put together, and it's going to get you excited for the pay-per-view, man. See, everybody wants to, bitch and moan. Well, how can you guys say there's no stories in AEW? It's not that there's no stories. It's that the stories exude no emotion, and they don't matter. They're not presented in a big deal at all, and they suck. The progression is not good. The progression does not feel important. Whereas I mean on WWE television, it almost seems if they want to make something feel important, they can do it in their sleep. And I don't know why AEW has such a hard time doing it. I mean, I know why. It's because of the stop and start booking. It makes you not care about anybody. It's about doing things too early, doing things too late. I mean, there's a bunch of. I mean, we could go on forever about what goes into it, but yeah, no, man. I mean, this was the go home show to Money in the Bank, bro, and it genuinely it exuded a lot of excitement out of me, bro. It really did. It made me very excited for the show. It did its job. It did its job in the last stop before Money in the Bank. It did its job in making everybody excited. Every week. Coming out of Clash at the Castle, there was one qualifying match or two, one for the men and one for the women on each show. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
there's just continuity. There's people having goals on the show. People a lot of people, whether we like them or not, a lot of people feel like they're doing something, you know, and then obviously you got
Exactly.
the Dijaks of the world that aren't doing anything for no reason. But for the people that are featured, you hardly see people that are, you know, featured and not doing something. And that's not saying everybody's shit is good, because
Yeah.
you look at, you know, Final Testament and the New Day, you know, it sucks, but at least they're doing something, as opposed to coming out there and wrestling squash matches every week like they're having fucking Daniel Garcia do. And then they want to present him with MJF and Will Ospreay.
Like, no, he's not on that level right now. He should be, and he should 100% be. To himself, he already is. But it's the company that you're not presenting these people like that. Like you said, yeah, I don't care for the whole Final Testament thing they got going on. They're on TV. They're doing something. They're setting something up. No Triple H for the future. So some type of fucking something. Um, they're doing stuff with Ludwig Kaiser. Don't care for the guys singles, but they're doing stuff with them. They're making them look good. You gotta be consistent. You gotta have purpose and feeling and consistency. You know, we may rib on a fucking Triple H for taking forever with shit, because it does get annoying at times. But at least he's not fucking blowing his load and fucking giving us all the fucking tournament matches in 3 weeks and calling it a day.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. I mean, yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. I was just about to bring up the example of Ludwig Kaiser. Is personally, I don't care for him as a singles, but I can appreciate that if they are going to have him on television, he's not just going to be picking up victories against fucking Odyssey Jones every week. You know, he's actually doing something, and he's actually, you know, feels like he's trying to, you know, he has a goal. You know what I mean? He wanted to be in Money in the Bank, or he wants to, you know, prove he could stand on his own 2 feet, and, you know, he wants to prove he can be a single star. And again, it may not be storytelling that I'm interested in, but it's something, you know.
Exactly.
But again, in AEW, half these people feel directionless, and, you know, a lot of the people, you know, do have a storyline, and it sucks. But the difference about Ludwig Kaiser is he's a lower mid-carder, and these people in AEW that have stories that I don't care for are the main event acts, the upper mid-card acts. If you're an upper mid-card or main event act, you should have something good going on, not something that's going to make me feel the same way that I feel about Ludwig Kaiser on Monday Night Raw.
Hmm. Exactly.
The top shit in AEW should be as intriguing as the top shit in WWE. The top shit in AEW should make me feel something the way I felt watching Paul Heyman get Shield powerbombed through the fucking announce table. It should exude emotion out of me. I can't even tell you guys how many times I fucking shed a tear during the Sami Zayn and Bloodline saga, because that's how much I
Oh,
cared about it.
exactly, dude. It was fucking great. It's still fucking great. There's so much emotion on Raw, SmackDown. It's great. I miss having that on Wednesdays, dude. I miss wanting to watch on Wednesdays. I miss caring about what happened on Wednesdays. Shit used to be great. You had fucking Hangman and that great fucking storyline. You had Dark Order was good at one point. They existed. They were great. They had someone like Cody. No matter how much we made fun of him, at least you cared. Like, fuck.
Yep. Oh yeah, and did you hear that AEW apparently I've been hearing a lot of rumors by the check marks on Twitter, that a lot of people from AEW were messaging people that were complaining about the 500,000 rating. I guess Tony, I've been hearing rumors that Tony was messaging people, telling them that the reason the rating was so low was because of the lead-in to Dynamite, the show that aired before Dynamite. Nobody cared about.
They're supposed to care about Dynamite. That's
Yeah.
what they're doing. Yeah, I have to watch the last fucking 10 minutes of Big Bang Theory. Guess what? I'm watching it for your fucking show, dude. I don't want to, but I am. I used to not. I used to be paying no mind to it. Now I'm sitting there like, oh my fucking god, can 9:10 come already so the show can end? It's like we're supposed to care about your show, not what happens before or after. The fuck?
Yep, they blamed it on I believe it was either like the Big Bang Theory or Sheldon Cooper. I was hearing people talk about. So,
That's Big Bang Theory.
oh, okay. I don't watch Big Bang Theory because the lead-in doesn't matter. I fucking turn my TV. I turn my YouTube TV on at 7 o'clock. I'm not fucking thinking at 6 p.m. Oh, I gotta watch Big Bang Theory before Dynamite. If Big Bang Theory's not on, I'm not watching Dynamite tonight.
No, exactly. I have to do it at like 6:50, or else I'll forget at 7 o'clock, and it'll be fucking 7:15, and I'm like, oh fuck, Dynamite's on.
Yeah.
Again, I have to do that. No, me. But and the worst part is the jokes is that they needed Big Bang Theory because I just remembered actually because I had to think about it. Black Panther that was on that Dynamite of the 500,000. Like, bro, who cares what's on before? If anything, you guys need. I saw jokes of how they need Big Bang Theory that it brought them back 100,000 this week. Um, Fucking it, man. It's sad, dude.
Nothing like blaming it on your lead-in that you got 500K viewers. Fucking
Again, they
Jesus.
weren't blaming it on the lead-in when they were getting 900.
Exactly. Exactly. Ridiculous, bro. Fucking ridiculous. But Monday Night Raw opens up with Jey Uso. It's a camera shot of the cameraman walking through the crowd, and the fans eventually open up, and Jey Uso standing there, and he's walking through, hyping everybody up, or whatever. He's running around, or he's jogging to the little the area through the crowd which he enters. Jay gets in the ring, does his whole entrance. He's yeeting as Michael Cole's fucking standing up yeeting, with his camera out as a firefly, and Jay goes over there and he daps him up as Michael Cole's fucking jumping up and down. Dude, I know this guy wants to hit 30 years on the booth. Bro, please, if you would love to stay, I mean, we would fucking love to have you, bro.
I love Michael Cole, man. Another thing, never thought would have came out of my mouth a couple of years ago, man. But dude, that man is the best, dude. Fucking working out like great, dude. I can't wait to talk about it, but the way he talks about Wyatt Six and
Oh,
Nikki Cross, bro,
I can't
kills
believe this
me.
thing was out here again. Dude,
Oh, they're a thing. Like, come on, bro.
hilarious, dude. Hilarious. But no, Michael Cole, bro. That man is goated, bro. That man is goated. And I was at a point, man, where I couldn't stand Michael Cole. I thought he sucked. And then I got to a point with Michael Cole where I thought he was so bad he was good because I would just like die laughing at him the whole show. But bro, I'm telling you, man, when we seen those
Okay.
little splashes of him on NXT commentary back in Black and Gold, I remember he did the UK tournament, the one where Tyler Bate won, the first one in 2017. Um, it sounded like a completely different. It sounded like a completely different guy. It did, just how excited he was and how loose and free he was. And then you go back to the main roster and he's just so fucking bad. He's hilarious. And then when Triple H took over, I mean, wow. I mean, it's seriously like it's almost like a completely different person. He's just so himself now. And it just brings a different excitement to the show.
Exactly. He doesn't have a fucking idiot yelling in his ear to say stupid shit. He could just be himself and he's having a blast. And if he's having fun, we're definitely having fun because that shit's great.
He comes off as such a nice guy, man, and the shit Vince McMahon had this dude say is just so ridiculous, bro. Like when he was having him go out there and feed him the line of like Sasha Banks and Naomi didn't walk out on us. They walked out on their fans and they disappointed everybody. Like, Michael Cole, it just fucking irked him to say that. Um
Oh, you know.
but of course, Vince, if Vince wants something said, he can't go out there and fucking say it himself. He has to fucking put all the heat on Michael Cole for no reason.
Okay.
So,
So he doesn't get any of the fucking heat.
No, it's just ridiculous. And for years, Michael Cole had to be fed stupid shit like that, man. And he had to act stupid. And when they, when the crowd was booing Roman Reigns, they would try to disguise it. If they were in a big town, they would say, "Oh, Roman's getting booed tonight. It's one of those crowds where they boo the people they normally cheer and they cheer the people they normally boo." And they had to say, that man's been through so much bullshit. So good Lord, he's the best though.
He really is, dude. It's great.
So Jay comes out there as Pat McAfee is gone again. Pat McAfee is gone again, man. They did announce that he will be back next week, but we did get Cole and Graves here on today's show. So that was that. And Jay welcomes everybody to Monday Night Raw. He says Money in the Bank is on Saturday, and only one man can snatch the briefcase. It's not going to be Mello. It's not going to be LA Knight. It's not going to be Chad Gable. It's not going to be who's the other guy?
Mello, LA Knight, Chad Gable.
There's Andrade. Andrade.
Yep.
He said it's not going to be Andrade. You're looking at him. And I'm going to climb that ladder and snatch that briefcase to become Mr. Money in the Bank. Chad Gable comes out. He says he's tired of hearing people say that word. I can't stand it so much I can't even say it. Because yeet is not even a word. The crowd's booing him. He looks at the crowd and he says, "Oh, really?" Fucking Gable. He says, "Oh, really?" He says, "You know what is a word? Miracle. And if you look the word up in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of my face. Because what I've done for the past 2 weeks has been nothing short of miraculous." He says he overcame an attack. He overcame the attacks from the Wyatts. And he overcame his family leaving him. And last week he overcame 2 more monsters to punch his ticket to Money in the Bank. And on Saturday he's going to climb the ladder and call himself Master in the Bank. I fucking hope so. I do not want Drew McIntyre to win that match. I'm telling you right now. Triple H, if you piss me off for the second fucking year in a row with Money in the Bank, I'm gonna fucking go ballistic and do something on Saturday. Okay?
Okay, I don't know what you're gonna do on Saturday.
I don't even know. Something.
He's gonna do something.
We'll figure it out.
But no, for the love of God, though, please don't fucking waste Money in the Bank by having him by winning it, try to cash in and Punk cost him again. Please, for the love of God, do not waste the fucking Money in the Bank like that, man. Just put it on Gable. You might not have plans for him to cash it anytime soon. That's the best part of the fucking thing. You got a year. Fucking you wait all year, man. So fucking put it on Gable, man. Please.
Yes, do not waste the Money in the Bank this year, bro, for the love of God. Jay says, "Chad, what you doing here?" He says, "Didn't the Wyatts get you?" Chad says, "Get me? You think I'm scared, Oos?" Bro, Chad Gable saying Oos first segment of the show made my night. Absolute, bro.
Oh,
that was so fucking hilarious hearing him say Oos. He says, "You think I'm scared, Oos?" He says, "I'm not scared. You're the one that should be scared." He's bro, I love it. His delivery, bro, like the way he's clearly fucking scared and he's trying to like pin it off on Jay as if, he's trying to fucking gaslight him. "You're scared. I'm not scared." So he says, "You're the one that should be scared because you stole the Fireflies." He says, "Come to think of it, I'm an innocent man. My family left me high and dry. They should be after you, Oos. The man," he says, "Jay Uso, the man who abandoned his family." Jay says, "Look, I told Unc. Uncle Howdy, Unc. I love that.
I love it. It's hilarious.
He says, I told Unc they could have the fireflies back. Hell, they could have the mosquitoes, the cockroaches, whatever they want. He says, I don't want no smoke with the Wyatts because I don't want to end up like yo ass. Shot in the head.
Literally, they shot it.
He says, the only thing that I did, or he says, the only thing that your family did was the same thing I did. We got out from under a manipulative scumbag like yo ass. Gable hits him in the face, starts beating him up. Jay gets up, super kicks him, goes to splash him. This was my favorite part of this, bro. He goes to splash fucking Gable. Gable rolls out, and as he's holding his face and he's clearly beat the hell up, he goes, "Oh, you're just so stupid, Oos." Bro. Oh,
You
man.
ever sit there and let you splash me?
Oh.
Like this. Bro.
Dude, he's like clearly in like mad distress, and he just goes, "Oh, you're just so stupid, Oos. You think I'm just gonna lay down and let you splash me?" Bro. Fucking Gable. Dude, that man, I love Chad Gable. Give him the fucking briefcase. Again, Triple H,
Please.
Money in the Bank last year, you had me fired up, bro. Don't do
You did.
this shit to me again. Please.
Don't kill me again, dude. Don't do me like Gable.
The thing that scares me, there might be too many interferences in the Money in the Bank ladder match to the point where, because if you think about it, a lot of people think Bloodline's going to screw Jay. I would say maybe the Creeds help Gable win the match. Other people would say that, Logan Paul's going to come in and fuck with LA Knight. Other people will say Punk's going to screw Drew McIntyre. That's way too many interferences. What is WWE going to go with? And I honestly think they're going to go with Punk, obviously.
I think that's going to be the main screw. Which, if it's in the match and it costs through the match, I'll live with it. But, like, at the end of the day, you had your easy way out in doing that tonight. I don't know why they didn't have Punk screw Drew in the qualifier tonight. You put Dragunov in the match, and I think that's a better setup, to be honest, to me. Because that leaves you open to have, like, I don't know, Logan Paul screw LA Knight actually at Money in the Bank. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or maybe you have the Wyatts. Another thing I could see possible is the Wyatts costing Chad Gable, which obviously I don't want to see because I want Gable to win.
It's weird to see how it goes, man. It's weird and it's concerning.
I would personally, if I'm fantasy booking, I would like the Creeds to help Gable win, but I don't think we're at that point in the story yet.
I don't think so. So it's concerning.
If I could see anything happening, at the very least, we would get two interferences. I could see Gable, the Wyatts having cost Gable the briefcase, and I could see CM Punk. Honestly, to be honest, bro, if the Wyatts cost Chad Gable, Drew's winning. If Punk costs Drew, Gable's winning.
Hopefully.
And to be 100% honest, if the World Heavyweight title match main events the show, Drew's winning. Drew's winning the briefcase, and he's losing the cash in at the end of the show.
100%. 100%. It's annoying. I really hope I really hope they don't do it that way.
Me either.
But I feel like they will. I really feel like they will.
So, I don't know. It's very concerning. But, yes. So, Chad says, you're just so stupid, Oos. You think I'm just going to lay there and let you splash me? As all of a sudden, the camera, or the lights, rather, go out, Fiend style. As the piano rings out, Gable's looking scared for his life. As we hear a, holy. Dude, I'm so sick and fucking tired of this censoring shit on SmackDown and Raw. Fox is worse because they will black out the screen. At least USA just mutes, but I'm so fucking tired this censorship.
Like, bro, you can mute your own wrestlers all you want. It is what it is. You guys can't. You don't like cursing, oh well. Dude, it's the fucking crowd. It's not even technically the show. Just fucking let the fucking audio go. Children can hear holy shit. I'm sure they hear it from their parents and the news every fucking day. Come on, bro.
Do you know how fucking irritating it is having just hearing your audio just go out like that? I mean, that
I hate
is.
it.
I cannot
Such a
fucking
pet
wait
peeve.
for Netflix, bro.
Oh, I can't wait, dude. I genuinely can't wait for Netflix.
The lights go out as Chad Gable's standing there holding his head as the ring starts filling up with smoke, and Gable goes into the crowd and he starts walking around to make his way back towards the entrance area. As he's walking, you see a silhouette of Joe Gacy, the pig, standing there.
Mhm.
And he continues to walk towards where they come out of. And as he goes to walk in that direction, he sees the silhouette, which was a bad fucking ass silhouette, by the way, of Eric Rowan. Dude, he is, bro. He really is. And then so he goes to walk to the other direction of where the curtain is on the side of on each side of the entrance stage, and there stands Mercy the Buzzard, or Dexter Loomis, also very very cool silhouette, as Gable jumps into the 100 level stairs and he fucking sprints his ass off up the stairs to get away from the Wyatt Six, and he does get away from them. That's one thing I really like about this whole thing is like they're not making Gable look fucking stupid. Like, he is smart enough to escape these people that don't move.
Exactly. He's not fucking walking backwards, bumping into him. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? He escaped him. And I do like how they're not just outright attacking him. I mean, they obviously did that the first day,
Yeah.
but
That was
it's
unexpected though. Nobody expected them to
exactly
debut like
nobody
kayfabe.
expected. Exactly. But like now, they're just fucking with him. They're scaring the fuck out of him, and I like that, man.
Fucking Gable. But yeah, bro. So Nikki is then in the ring, or crawls out from under the ring, and she walks up to Cole with another box as two bodyguards are laid out on the table. That's
Again,
gotta stop. That's so fucking hokey. It's so fucking stupid, bro.
that part is so fucking bad, dude. And then every time they cut back to them on commentary, those exact people are just sitting there right next to them, just chilling, just fucking doing their normal guard duty. It's like, bro,
It's just
stop
so
that.
it's so fucking corny, bro. It really is.
It's the
Um,
only thing I like about these segments they've been
same,
doing.
same. So she walks up to Michael Cole, gives him the VHS tape, and walks away. This would obviously come into play a little later in the night, and we'll get to that in just a second. But as for this segment, very good. I like the product from Jey Uso and Chad Gable. I thought they did solid work. Chad Gable was cracking me the fuck up, just with just how cool he thinks he is, and how much of a fucking asshole he is at the same time. He's goated, bro.
Oh,
If you don't love Chad Gable, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, to be honest with you, bro. But yeah, so that is that, and
hell yeah.
I enjoyed the first segment, and I did enjoy the stuff with the Wyatts. I it's we got to see them unmask eventually, and I know we're only 3 weeks into this whole thing, but they gotta start wrestling, or they gotta do a little more explaining on people other than Bo.
Exactly. They have to do the whole group. And one part of that whole thing that we'll talk about later did kind of scare me a little.
Okay.
But I just don't take too long, because fans, they're so fickle when it comes to Wyatt related stuff. They'll hate this in a month.
Yeah.
So they get with one. I know Triple H likes taking his time. with the unmasking part and them just having to be people, that part's just got to be sped up a little bit to me.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So this is the opening segment to the show, and as we came back from commercial, Michael Cole did announce that it is another VHS tape that says "Play Me," and they're going to get it out to the truck like they did last week. Xavier Woods defeated Karrion Kross via roll-up, and then the final Testament attacked Kofi and Woods after, as Karrion Kross is still trying to get Xavier Woods to join the final fucking Testament. Yeah, I don't care about this whatsoever.
I don't care, just give me Big E already. I feel like this is what it's building to. Just give me Big E. If that is the plan, just give me Big E already. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
'Cause
This
what
is
the
a
fuck, dude?
this was a good one. This next one was a good one. No, not the Woods and Cross, Matt. That wasn't a good one. That kills the vibe every week. This next segment was a very good one. We get the first Judgment Day backstage of the night. Ooh,
Man, this one hit.
yes, this one hits. And you know what? We hardly get a mention of we get a mention of Rhea Ripley. We hardly get a mention of somebody confirmed talked to Rhea. This is the first time we've heard that somebody's heard from Rhea Ripley. And I know she just got married, and she is probably even more pissed that now all this has been happening. But Damien's walking in the back with Dominic, and he says, "Hey Dom, have you talked to Rhea?" This also proves that Damien is the only one that I think is going to stay friends with Rhea Ripley.
I think so. I think those two are going to stay allies after all this, but the rest of them are not.
Dominic says, "Yeah, I talked to her. She's cool, and everything's cool. Everything's cool." He asked Priest, "Are you cool?" Well, here's how you know everybody else is in cahoots with Liv Morgan. Dominic got caught in a lie. Damien says, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm cool. But you know who isn't cool? Rhea. Because I just talked to her." This got a huge ooh and ah from the crowd. He says, "I just talked to her, and she's pissed." Dominic's eyes get all big, and he says, "Dude, I'm gonna handle the Liv situation. He says I'm gonna handle the Liv situation tonight." Priest says, "Every week you say that, and you do nothing." I got to admit, man, I love Damian Priest in these backstage segments. I think he just comes off amazing. He's so himself, and it comes off great. It really does.
He really is great in these backstage segments, man. He beats himself. He's not trying to be this fucking cool, clever fucking guy when he's out in the ring fucking giving those stupid ass fucking lines. He's just a normal guy backstage, and it's good, and it's real good.
Even tonight, man, he only had one line that was kind of like, all right, typical Damian Priest line. But other than that, I thought even in his live promo, he did okay.
Yeah.
Dom says, "How about this whole situation isn't even my fault?" He walks away and he says to Damien, "You're starting to sound like my dad." Ooh.
He don't like his dad.
Yeah, he
Guys
does.
that know that.
Yep, we all know how he feels about Daddy Mysterio. So
Deadbeat.
they walk in, and Liv is in the clubhouse,
Just hanging out.
just jumping up and down, watching these three goofs play 2K. She's jumping up and down, and she says she just stopped in. She sees Dominic says to Priest, he says, "Wait, what? Liv's in here?" Liv goes up to him, and she says, "Hey, I just stopped by to see you before my match." She wishes him good luck. She says, "Good luck, Daddy Dom." And she walks away. As Carlito goes to lighten the mood, he goes, "Hey,
Carlito,
Priest,
dude.
if it makes you feel better, I was playing as you."
Like, that was probably my favorite line. I fucking love Carlito. He's playing as you, man.
Dude, he
I love
tries so
Carlito.
hard to fucking get in with Damian Priest, and Priest just does not fucking
He
like this
is,
man.
it's great, dude. I love it.
So he says, "Hey man, if it makes you feel any better, I was playing as you." Damian just looks at him like, "Shut the fuck up." And Finn says, "Hey Damian, can I talk to you for a second?" He pulls Damian to the side. Damian says, "Before you say anything, bro, Liv has got to stop hanging out in the clubhouse. That's not cool, bro." This man tapped into his inner Vince Russo tonight. How much he was saying, "bro."
Yeah.
He didn't sound horrible saying it, but he just said it a lot, which, I mean, I can understand because I say bro a lot.
Yeah.
So Finn says, "Okay." He says okay, kind of like that, and he says, "Well, whatever you think about Liv Morgan, she helped bring the tag titles back to the Judgment Day." Interesting red flag right there.
Hmm.
He tells Priest, "You keep dancing around the real issues, man. The real issue here is you." Bro, all the fucking guys, Carlito, JD McDorknut, and Dominic Mysterio in the back just fucking turned around, dude, and we're like, damn. Like the way they turned around was so fucking funny, bro. But he tells Damian, he says the real issue here is you. He says, "You put your spot in Judgment Day in jeopardy, and don't even get me started on what you told Seth last week. We need you more than you need us. What are we, like your sidekicks now?" Damian says, "I'm the world champion. Of course they need him more, just like how when Rhea was the champ, they needed her more. And now you are a tag team champion again. So how about this? We need each other." He says, "And yeah, about putting my spot up, it's because I have faith in myself, bro. And that's why I put my spot up against Seth Rollins, because I have faith in the fact that I'm going to beat him." Finn says, "I know you are. And as your brother, I'm always going to have your back. And as your brother, I'm always going to tell you the truth. And truth is, since you've won the championship, you've changed." And he walks off.
Yeah.
As Damian
Hell
kind
yeah.
of chuckled and looked at him like, "Fuck you."
He cooked his ass. But
Now,
he
who
has,
doesn't?
man. Yeah, exactly. And that's an anybody job. But
Exactly.
it's interesting, man. And from what happened later with those two later tonight, I have a feeling about how it's gonna go. And I'm excited. And I like what they're setting up.
Bro, man, Priest. Priest came off great. Finn came off really great in this segment. Dominic, it just seems like everybody in the group is tired of Damian trying to assume this leadership role, because if you remember, the whole appeal to the Judgment Day back, a year ago or in late 2022 was there was no leader. They were all equals. Now,
Mhm.
Damian's trying to, ever since he's won that title, he's trying to assume this leadership role in the group, and everybody sees that he's shying away from the vision of the Judgment Day.
Okay.
So it's very interesting to see where this is going to go, and I love what all of everybody involved in this segment did here.
Exactly. I love what they're doing. And why do you think they kicked out Edge? That's the exact reason.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So next we get Liv versus Zelina Vega. It was something. Usually
Yeah.
Zelina Vega matches are not really the best.
No, she's a good talker.
Yeah. Dominic comes into the ring, or he comes out there rather. Dominic comes out there, and Rey Mysterio also comes out there, and Dominic gets pushed down by Ray. Liv baseball slides Ray kicks him down, and Dominic then, towards the end of the match, goes around the ring and he does the chair spot that he did at what was that, King and Queen of the Ring with Becky and Liv. He slides the chair at Zelina Vega and he tells her, he's screaming at her, use it, because the ref wasn't looking. I believe the ref was attending to either Liv or Rey Mysterio. And she walks up to Dominic and throws the chair at his head, and Liv capitalizes and hits Oblivion on Zelina Vega as she retains the title, and Dominic, all beat up because he just got a chair thrown at him, is walking out, and Liv is chasing behind him, thanking him or whatever. Kathy Kelly goes up to Liv to get a word with her after the match, and Liv says she is the luckiest girl in the world, and my revenge tour is going exactly to plan.
Well, I'm sure it is, man. I'm sure it's gonna end up hitting Rhea Ripley's only ally left, and I can't wait.
100%. And she says it does suck Rhea got injured, but man, have Triple H is the king of this, bro, but I know you remember that Aleister Black injury, how they pivoted from that to turning a negative into the who attacked Aleister Black storyline. Bro, the way that man Triple H can turn a negative injury into an overwhelming positive is incredible.
Literally, and it made like they're making this Rhea return. That Aleister Black return, something crazy, dude. I fucking love that segment to this day. He's great at that, man. He really is.
I'll never forget when he had William Regal and he's screaming, "Where is he?" And Regal just points behind him, and he turns around and fucking there's Johnny Gargano in a black hoodie. Solo Sikoa in a black hoodie just super kicks Aleister Black, and man, that was nuts, bro. That was nuts.
And I like how they had the thing where it was Nikki Cross, the fucking crazy one, the only witness to it. Yeah, dude, that shit was so great.
She was on the rooftop, a Full Sail. She was sitting up there and she fucking seen. Oh man, amazing.
I love it. Love what they did, man, and they're doing it again. Great.
Yes, great stuff, bro. She says the revenge tour is going exactly to plan, and she is the luckiest girl in the world, and she dedicates all her victories. She dedicates all her past victories and all her future victories to the most gorgeous man in WWE, my daddy Dominic.
Good God.
This guy's winning, bro.
He really is, man. His wife's not, but he is.
Very true. We get Seth Rollins coming out here for a promo. Seth Rollins welcomes the crowd to Monday Night Rollins, and he points out the Celtics confetti because there was like leftover Celtics championship confetti from like 3 weeks ago.
Falling. I was like, God damn.
Falling from the rafters. And he says, he points out the Celtics confetti, and he says, this is a sign that next week I will be having a championship celebration of my own. I like that. I love that he pointed that out and tied that back into himself. He tells Boston he's going to tell them a secret. He says he needs to be the world heavyweight champion because he cannot settle for anything less than a title. And he needs to beat Priest. Yeah, right. He needs to beat Priest or reevaluate who is Seth freaking Rollins. He says his intention isn't to take Damian from the Judgment Day, but to help Damian be the best version of himself and reach his full potential. Before he could get another word out, Finn Balor comes out. Finn welcomes, Finn says, announces himself as one half of the new tag team champions. He said he should be in a great mood today because of that. But he's in a bad mood today because everything around here seems to be changing. And I blame you for it, Seth. Seth tells Finn to shut up He says Damian is making his own decision. He's his own man. He says Finn is only mad because Damian got his hands on the one thing that Finn could not. The World Heavyweight Championship. Interesting. Very interesting. Absolutely.
Love it. Run that shit back, dude.
Yeah, seriously, bro. He tells Finn, "You're only mad because Damian got his hands on the one thing you could not, the World Heavyweight Championship." Finn, he tells Finn his beef is with Damian Priest, but if he wants to step in his ring, I will knock your teeth down your throat. Damian Priest comes hauling ass out to the ring. Rollins starts getting paranoid because Finn jumps out of the ring and runs around the ring to put himself on one side of the ring, as on the right side of the ring is where Damian's coming from the left. Rollins is getting paranoid. Damian tells him this is not a trap because no one is getting involved in our business, as he steps right into Finn Balor's face. He tells Seth, this is about me and you, nobody else, as he looks again at Finn Balor, making it very, very apparent that he does not like him out here talking to Seth, because he wants to handle Seth himself. He says that this is about me and you. He tells Rollins that he's trying to tell every this was the one Damian Priest line that was like, it's one of his typical, like, it sounds so much cooler in his head than it does, to anybody, that is living with a fucking brain. He tells Rollins, he says, you're trying to tell everyone my days as champ are numbered, but the idea that you still run Monday Night Raw, those days are numbered.
Oh, bro. Don't do those fucking lines. You were having a good day. You were having a good day, look. Not a negative thing to say until you said that shit.
I even like how he came off when he was talking to Finn in this promo, but when he said that, I was like, God fucking damn it. Why do you gotta just throw this shit in here, man? So, Rollins says, is that how you feel? He says, if that's how you feel, let's do this right now. As he goes to square up with Priest, Finn hits him from behind. Priest then grabs Finn and fucking, jerks him off of Seth.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He forcefully grabs him off of Seth.
Mm-hmm.
He forcefully grabs him off of Rollins, and he, makes him stop, and he's looking at Finn in the face, just looking at him like, what did I just say? Like, don't get involved in my shit. And then Rollins then super kicks. He goes to super kick Finn, and he accidentally hits Damian Priest. So then he starts getting offense in on Finn Balor, and then Damian Priest, bro, he hit him with a fucking South of Heaven. Yes. Could this mean Rollins wins the fucking title back?
Man, especially what happened in the little, backstage thing right after this. I think I know their plan. I think I know what's about to happen, and I cannot wait.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. What happened backstage?
Just what Damian Priest told Finn, and kind of what Finn said.
Damn, did I walk out of the room at that point? What did he tell him?
You might have. Damian Priest just told him, come Saturday, I want you, stay out the match, stay out my business, and let me handle it. And Finn was like, okay, man. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do. I think he's going to go out there, but he's going to stay, out of his business like he asked and not help him. And I think that's going to fuck him over. I think his own words are
I
going
would
to
love
fuck him
that.
over come
I would love
Saturday.
that. I would love that. Yeah, I really, really would.
And then at the end of the day, that's all Damian Priest talks. He doesn't need them. Um, he didn't need them to win any of his fucking title matches, even though that's the only reason he won.
Yep.
And I think it's gonna bite him in the ass. I think
Which
Finn's
I'm
gonna
I'm
go out there, look at him.
yep, I'm so glad. I'm so glad they played to that because that's the truth. We've been talking about that for months, and I'm so glad that Rollins brought that up.
Mm-hmm. Brought it to the foreground.
Yeah, I'm so glad he brought up that Priest says he doesn't need, Judgment Day's help, but every fucking title defense he wins because of the Judgment Day. So very interesting, bro. Very interesting. This man wouldn't have made it past Backlash if it wasn't, for Judgment Day. But I really love that. And last year, I don't know if you remember. I know you remember, but Finn, the reason he did not win the World Heavyweight Championship was because Priest pump faked, cost him the match.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I would like for Finn to, almost cost Priest the match, but cost him the match by doing the opposite of what he's done the whole time, and that's not doing shit, like you asked.
Exactly. Go out, pump fake, help him. Go out there, even hit the music. Damian Priest, might be in a bad spot. He might think like, oh, finally they are gonna help me, and he just stands there and watches them get fucked. And I can't wait, dude. I think that's what they're doing. I'm fantasy booking it in my head, and there's a chance it doesn't come true, and I will be angry. But I think Priest loses, dude. I
I
think he
think so
does,
too.
and I can't wait.
I can't fucking wait. We're throwing a party. We're throwing a
On the
party.
party. We're fucking going crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might as well add the birthday fucking logo and switch them out with our logos for that fucking review, man,
Yeah.
because it's gonna be a celebration.
Forget about a Money in the Bank theme. We might do a party theme review.
Oh, dude, we might just switch it out and do a party theme review just in case.
Might as fucking well, bro. Might as
Fireworks
fucking well.
everywhere. It's gonna be crazy.
It really is. It really is. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts, bro. But we get a Ludwig Kaiser promo where he's talking about how Sheamus is because of Sheamus that he's not able to compete for a spot in Money in the Bank, but he says he is coming back for Sheamus because it is because of Sheamus that there has been a temporary stop to the rise of the Kaiser.
All right, Jacob, thought you calming down.
Yeah, give me a break. Who the hell wants to see Ludwig Kaiser in a fucking singles run? I sure in the fuck don't.
You could always use tag teams, man, and you fucking had one
And
with him.
a great one at that.
A great one, and you fucking split them up to probably just fucking let his contract expire. Fucking don't
Fuck.
make no fucking sense, dude.
Stupid, man. Zoe Stark qualified for the Money in the Bank. For the Money in the Bank ladder match. Damage Control came out to try to help Dakota. They got stopped by Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, which then allows Zoe Stark to hit a Z360 on Dakota Kai. So that was that.
Definitely interesting.
Yeah. So Zoe's in the match, and yeah.
I like the win. People are real pissed at that for some reason. I don't get it.
I would say I would have preferred Kai, but I mean Zoe's a bit of a high flyer. I think she'll take to the ladder match very well.
I think they will, man, and they kind of want to show her off a little bit, show what she has, and I think that's what's best to do.
And what I love here is other than Naomi, oh my Michael Cole, other than Naomi and Naomi, I'll never fucking forget what he called her, Naomi. Other than Naomi and Drew McIntyre, everybody in these fields I don't believe has ever won a world championship. So I like that. I like that because let's see, if you look, let's see, WWE shows Money in the Bank. So just to be sure, okay, so yeah, LA Knights never won one. Obviously, Carmelo, no. Gable, no. Jade, no. Andrade, no. And then Drew has won one. And then for the women, Io. Io's in the match. So Io and Naomi have won one, but Chelsea, Tiffany, Lyra, and Zoe have never won Money in the Bank match either. So I can genuinely appreciate that. Triple H is keeping up with the theme of not putting, just having the match be flooded with people who won world championships before. There's literally one on the men's and then two on the women.
Exactly. Exactly. I like that a lot. I like that system much more.
Yeah. The only thing that scares me is this year, for the men, one of the guys that has already won a world championship is heavily favored to win the match. Which I don't want to see. And then as for the women, I mean, we know Naomi and fucking Io aren't winning the match. That is between Tiffany or the dark horse. There's Chelsea. So
Yeah, it's interesting, man. It's real interesting. I think it's gonna be Tiffany.
oh,
But I'm excited.
yeah, do not put that briefcase on fucking Chelsea Green. No.
Please, no.
Yeah, absolutely not. But yeah, bro. But yeah, man. So I mean, that is yeah, I mean, I did see a lot of people were pissed about, Dakota Kai or whatever, but to be 100% honest with you, bro, again, like I said, Zoe is a high flyer, and especially with the men's, I really like who they chose, getting Andrade in there, getting him some good some spotlight, and then Carmelo. Yeah, I think they honestly have this could possibly be show of the year, in all honesty.
It very well could be. So many things align that could align perfectly, man.
Yeah, and this is what I love about the big WWE pay-per-views actually feeling big nowadays is WrestleMania turned out fucking incredible this year. Was the other one? Money in the Bank looks real good. SummerSlam looks real good. Backlash France was fucking great. Bunch of banger shows, bro. So, but yeah, I didn't mind the addition of Zoe Stark over Dakota Kai at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I really didn't.
Definitely. Uncle Howdy. Man, this got interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The piano plays, the ominous piano, as Bo is still sitting there, and he asks Uncle Howdy, "How long are we going to keep doing this?" Uncle Howdy stares and he smiles at him. Bo says, "What are we even doing here?" Howdy asks Bo, "Do you honestly believe you brought me to life?" Bo says he was destined to do this. Howdy asks, "Do you think you're special?" Bo says, "Special implies others are not. There are others that are less than that deserve to be forgotten. We're the ones everyone wanted to forget. We're the ones that everyone wanted to forget about, but we're the ones that everyone wanted to abandon. We made them notice us." As he starts to get visibly pissed off, Uncle Howdy says, "There you are." He asks, "How do you believe you can bring them to life?" Bo says, "They weren't chosen, they were willing. Clay in the hands of the potter, died in the flesh to become something beautiful. They've become a family. We've become a family." Uncle Howdy smiles as Bo starts to visibly get more upset. He says, "Even now, there are false prophets belittling their family for their own gain, and it's disgusting. They must pay for their sins." Gable.
He's talking about Gable. Can we talk about Priest? Priest falls under that line perfectly to me.
Oh.
Couple people fall under that line, man.
Tony Khan.
Solo. Tony Khan.
Solo. Yeah, that is true. Which is interesting because Triple H was sitting on Pat McAfee's podcast a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, talking about how a showdown with the Wyatts and the Bloodline would be pretty nuts. So,
Be pretty nuts. Maybe he may not just be talking about Chad Gable. Chad Gable might just be a red herring that they're throwing out there. But I
yeah.
don't know, man.
So he says there are false prophets berating, belittling their family for their own gain. It's disgusting. They must pay for their sins. Uncle Howdy asks, or Unk asks, how do you think this is your responsibility? Bo says, I am the voice of the reckoning. Howdy says, I am the reckoning. And then they both say together in unison, they both say, it's a bunch of stuff, so bear with me. They both say together, I'm nobody. I set them free. I freed them from the cave. I am nobody. I gave them a family. I made them beautiful. I am the reckoning. And then Bo sits alone in the funhouse, and as the piano starts to ring, dude, the background music they choose for these, so suspenseful and creepy. And then, dude, that piano, bro,
Love that.
Code Orange, bro, when they were making that theme song, they fucking cooked on that piano, man. They did.
Dude, it sounds like some fucking dope ass like slasher 80s movie shit, and I love it.
Yes. So Bo sits alone and he says, I set them free. As Bo goes away and we see Uncle Howdy sitting alone, and Uncle Howdy speaks in the Bo Dallas voice. He's not speaking in that, there you are, that voice.
Yeah.
He's speaking in the regular Bo voice as we see Uncle Howdy, and he says, Uncle Howdy sits alone and he says in the regular voice, there you are. Man, what do you decipher from this week, bro? And what is your concern?
My concern was that the final shot, went from just Bo to Bo disappearing and only being Uncle Howdy.
Okay.
That kind of
I could see that.
concerned me a little bit. I'm scared about that. But overall, I like what they did. I like the setup, and I like the explanation of why they've been going after Gable. And I like how that explanation is so broad. It can apply to other people. But I like the explanation, overall of the group so far. These guys were forgotten. So was I, and they joined me to, get revenge, get a reckoning, get our name, and I like that a lot. I like what they're setting up. I would really love to get this, but with each person in the group individually. I don't think we'll get that, but I would like that. I just hope they I hope they could be people on screen. I hope eventually it could just be Bo and be them by themselves as themselves in that ring. I just hope we get that, man.
Definitely. So that is one thing that does concern me as well. Is for the second week in a row we get a very similar segment. I really thought this week we would get like Bo talking to Rowan, or we would get Rambling Rabbit talking to Rowan, or something along the lines that expands further on somebody else other than Bo. So that was a bit of a letdown. What was also, now that you say that, I didn't even think about that, but now that you say that, it definitely is a little concerning that it's a little concerning that he, at the end of it, we see only Uncle Howdy. But one thing I did point out, and I did write these down in my notes that I really did enjoy, was Uncle Howdy really likes when Bo gets upset.
He loves it.
When Bo starts, like, last week it was when he got sad. This week it was more when he got angry and he started screaming, or not screaming, but raising his voice. Howdy would smile, and he almost liked it, which makes me want to expand on this. And I really think that Uncle Howdy is the dark side of Bo Dallas's mind, similar to how The Fiend was the dark side of Bray Wyatt's mind, and the Firefly Funhouse is the mind. But the whole mind isn't negative, so that's why Howdy is the presence that's negative. Similar to how Bray was, Mr. Rogers, and that was the happy, normal side of him, and the creative, the funny side, the loving side of him, but sometimes he snapped. And when he snapped, when you would see the Fiend, that was the dark, corrupted side of his mind. So I think Bo Dallas is almost I think Uncle Howdy is what the Fiend was to Bray. I think it's that dark side of his mind, because whenever Bo gets upset, what do you see across Uncle Howdy's face? You see that he starts cheesing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what I deciphered from that, and I do really love analyzing this stuff. I'm a huge fan of just the Bray Wyatt act. I know these AEW mark out, cocksucking demons are gonna, go out there and, say that this is a shitty universe, and I don't give a fuck. Your Forbidden Door portals mean nothing to me anymore. You might as well fucking close that motherfucker up. So I don't really give a shit what, most people think. I love this kind of stuff, but even me, I will, sit here and be real with you guys. And even though I do love it, I obviously am always going to give you guys an honest take. And I will say, what AEW does with Timeless Toni Storm is like the perfect mix between, she's a character and she's very good at character and her cinematics and her presentation, and she's fucking phenomenal. But when it's time to wrestle, she wrestles. And that's what I want to see from the Wyatt Six. That's why, honestly, the next time I see them do some sort of full-fledged attack, they got to take the mask off and they got to be human beings and they have to wrestle. This cannot continue to be Chad Gable walks and he sees an ominous figure, and he walks again and he sees an ominous... They can do that kind of stuff, but I really want to emphasize that Triple H needs to take the masks off, and he needs to have these guys wrestle, not only because you need tag teams, but I know this may be far away, and I know some people might not see the vision, but I see the vision. I want to see Bo Dallas win a fucking world championship.
100%, dude.
And I want to see Bo Dallas win the world championship. I don't want to fucking see Uncle Howdy win the world championship. If he wants to come out in the get up for his entrance, cool, knock your fucking socks off. But I want to see Bo Dallas win the world championship because he deserves it. And I want to see him do it for his brother. And I think that's what we all want to see. I want to see Rowan win another world tag team championship. I want to see him do that for Bray. I want to see him do that for Brody. All that kind of stuff, man. I want to see these stories get told, and I do not want this to just be a novelty act that WWE uses to get their fucking awesome jaw-dropping cinematics, off for the week.
Exactly. I want this to mean something. I want each individual person to mean something. I want them to be people. Because you could do both. And I hope they do both.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I see your concern. And again, when you put it that way, it's a concern. It's a legit concern. And I really, really am going to need to see. That is what I was saying about the original Uncle Howdy is, what if we didn't see him much? What if we only seen him talking to Bo as a background character,
Exactly. I don't want to see the figure or the character or the animal. I want to see the person.
Exactly. I don't want to see it all the time. I don't want to see it all the time because Taylor Rotunda can wrestle his fucking dick off, and I absolutely need to see that. And WWE, again, if you don't capitalize on this and actually make this a legit group instead of just a cinematic masterpiece group, you're really missing the mark here really badly.
Exactly. He can wrestle, he can talk, he can do it all, dude, and let him do that as him.
And WWE has had him as such a comedy character for so long. You are seeing now, this man can fucking talk.
He can talk his ass off.
Yes, he's very good. Other than that, I love the segment. I thought it was great. I did want them to do something else, but I still did think what they did here was nice, and they did expand a little more. I just need them to expand on different members a little more.
Exactly.
So Otis is eating at a restaurant or in catering. I don't know where he was, but Chad Gable comes up to him and he says, Otis, did you see that Wyatt video? I swear they're talking about me. He says, I need you to help. I need your help, and I don't know who to go to. He says, I know I've been critical of your, and he looks down at Otis's giant plate of food. And he goes, I know I've been critical of your choices. That was fucking hilarious as he looks. He's such an asshole, bro. He says, I know I called you stupid. I know I called you a disappointment. And I know I called you a blubbering idiot. Come on, bro. He says, and I know they were hurtful. And I know you hate me. As he looks all sad and he tries to get Otis to fucking feel bad for him. He's such a fucking prick. Otis then says, I don't hate you. As Gable, this fucking guy Gable, starts to fucking crack a smile as he looks away from Otis. I'm like, dude, this guy is a dick, bro. Chad Gable, bro. Man, this guy, bro, I didn't expect this. I did not. Career resurgence, anybody?
Literally, shit is insane.
Dude, not that he was bad last year, but he was kind of just a mid-card dude. But, bro, I mean, this year he's brought himself to... I want to see the guy win the fucking World Heavyweight Championship.
Literally, dude.
Dude, when he said, look, man, I know I called you a blubbering idiot. Bro, that... Oh, man, I fucking... Dude, I fucking hate Chad Gable, bro.
It's so great, dude.
He said, so Otis says, I don't hate you, as Gable cracks a smile. And then he says, but we're not helping you. And then the smile's immediately gone. He says, look, man, this is your problem, not ours. Gable says, well, I don't know. He says, well, the thing is, Otis, we don't know who could be next. It could be Tozawa. It could be Maxine. It could be you. He says, if that happens... I would be there for you guys because you're my number one guy. As he walks away and Maxine and Tozawa come up and they say, hey, Otis, is everything all right? And Otis says, yeah, everything's fine. And Gable walks away. Gable is a fucking asshole. I love him.
Oh, such a prick. It's great. He's such a lying little dickhead. I fucking love it.
Sir, what did Sir K call him last week? Master Dickhead? Bro, he's such a fucking dickhead, bro.
I love it.
Ray, so that was that, and I love that Otis is standing 10 toes down like Adam Copeland.
Oh. Hopefully he's not, but I like how he's standing on business.
He is, like Adam Copeland was, literally standing on business from 20 feet in the air. Stood on business.
He dropped 20 feet on his fucking straight on his feet.
Fuck, man.
He's like he was needed fucking get destroyed on his legs. But
pulling the old Mark Briscoe, landing right on his fucking knees.
Like fucking hell, dude. But yeah, dude, I love what Gable's doing. He plays his character so well, dude. He's such an asshole. He really is Master Dickhead.
He is, bro. The next match was Ray and Dominic. Bro, this man, Ray, cannot fucking put him over to save his life.
That doesn't work for me, brother. I can't do his voice. You do his voice great. You gotta do it.
Doesn't work for me, brother. Dominic. My son Dominic.
Fucking beat his son 3 times.
Bro, a hat trick on his baby boy. God damn.
Like,
fuck you, sons. You cannot carry on the Mysterio legacy.
Mysterio legacy.
Liv saves Dominic from a 619. As Dominic is standing on the apron asking Liv what she's doing there, Ray kicks him off and on top of Liv Morgan. As Dominic is laying on top of Liv Morgan. Oh, Lord. Liv is feeling on his chest and, I don't know, maybe trying to feel around for the right spot, or I don't know, trying to find where X marks the spot. As Zelina Vega comes out and, Ray pulls Dominic off of Liv as Zelina Vega comes out and starts attacking Liv. Dude, cock blocker of the year. I mean, is that an award that we should add or something? Because Zelina Vega's in the running for it.
She really is, bro.
Oh
That's her
my
main
God.
job at this point. I'd be
Cock
so pissed if I
blocker
was Dominic.
of the century.
No, literally, dude.
Ray kicks Dom off of Dominic's on the top rope, and Zelina hits Liv she hits Liv into the top rope, which Dominic falls off, and as he's hanging down, Ray hits him with a 619 and beats him as Liv is chasing Dominic down, she's chasing him down the ramp to the back again for the second time in the show, but this time she's apologetic, telling him, "I'll fix this. I'll make this up to you." Golly. Ray will not put his son over to save his life.
No, 3-0. Beat his son 3 times. Legendary.
Yeah. We got a Sami Zayn promo. The match was okay. I mean, it just really served the purpose of, Dominic.
Just more Dominic. Liv stuff.
Yeah, just Dominic and Liv making all the body fat riddled single fucking meatheads in the IWC. The guy's shaped like a fucking beanbag, making all their boners all raw. That's all this fucking storyline serves.
Literally,
to these people. Oh yeah, they're not even thinking about how epic this makes Rhea Ripley's return. They're not thinking about any of that. They're just thinking about getting fucking rock hard every fucking week. That's all this storyline serves to them. They are not thinking about the deeper meanings of these storylines at all.
No, not at all. That's all they care about is what's on their TV at the moment.
Yeah, no kidding, bro. So, Sami Zayn comes out for a promo. He says, "It feels good to be back in the TD Garden as the Intercontinental Champion, but the next challenge is set, and that is for Money in the Bank in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, against Braun Breaker." He says that he's not stupid, he says he's not stupid, and everyone thinks Braun Breaker is going to run right through him, and he gets it. Braun is fast as hell. He's an athletic freak. He's strong as hell. But let me make this abundantly clear. I am going to beat Braun Breaker at Money in the Bank. And that takes nothing away from Braun, but... And then Braun interrupts. He says, "Sammy, you gained a little bit of my respect last week. Everyone else is afraid of me. They see me in the hallway, they walk the other way. But not you. You came to find me to give me an IC title match, which tells me 2 things about you. 1, you have guts. And Braun is going to rearrange them on Saturday after he hits them with a spear."
Okay.
Get your mind out of the gutters, okay? Mind out of the gutter.
I'm sorry.
I know your mind's well down the rabbit hole, but he says, and the second thing is you have no idea what you were in for. He says at Money in the Bank, all the respect goes out of the window because he's going to beat him down and decimate him in the ring and become the new Intercontinental Champion. Sammy asked Braun Breaker, he says, "You know how many guys have said that same thing?" He says, "You know how many times guys have beat me down and I put myself back together? But that's the difference between me and all these other guys you break down every week. And the proof is right here," as he holds up the Intercontinental Championship. He says, but if I have to explain to you who I am, that tells me you have not done your homework. That was a very good line. I like that a
I
lot.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that implication, man, that he's like so cocky, he's not even looking into these people.
Yep.
I like that a lot.
So he says, that tells me you have not done your homework. And that also tells me you're not as smart as you think you are. And that maybe, just maybe, tells me you are also not as good as you think you are. I'll see you at Money in the Bank. That pissed Braun off. He was laughing. He was shaking his head. Yeah. And then he goes to get out of the ring, and he spears the shit out of Sami Zayn. As Braun, as then Sammy's on the outside of the ring. When Braun gets outside of the ring, he notices that Sammy's up, and he goes to run around the ring. Sammy leapfrogs him, and Braun goes 23 miles an hour right into the steel steps. As then Sammy starts beating Breaker down. He gets him in the ring, goes for the haluva kick, and as he's running at him, he gets speared, and Braun Breaker holds up the IC title. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't mind seeing Braun Breaker win, because I almost like seeing like people come into WWE and they're so young and dangerous. They like take over so quickly, almost like Brock Lesnar did in a way.
And he has a lot of parallels to Brock too,
Yes.
so I would be down for that.
I hope
But
not.
after, oh, not even. Okay, well, I hope not. But
I know what you
but
mean.
after tonight,
In 2002, Brock.
Exactly. But after tonight, I think Sammy might win. I don't know if he's gonna win the feud, but I think he might win at Money in the Bank after tonight.
I can see this ending by disqualification or referee
I
stoppage or some sort of shit like that, because
bad.
yeah, I could see this ending in some sort of way. And also, they've been going with the story of people don't stay out of Braun's business and people keep fucking him over. So, I could see somebody interfering, somebody that Braun has crossed, rather. Somebody that Braun has crossed. I could see, them turning on, or not turning on him. What the fuck am I saying? I could see them, maybe coming around to bite him in the ass. And I actually wouldn't mind to see it, but I just maybe could see this ending in some sort of fuckery where
It's gonna
Braun,
continue on for another pay-per-view.
yeah, absolutely.
I think so. I like the idea, like you said at first, of kind of referee stoppage, because Sami Zayn was saying he's just gonna keep getting up.
Or
Maybe
like
he does
count
keep
out or
getting
something.
up. Maybe he just keeps getting up, and the ref is like, dude, you're literally gonna die. Do not do this again. I'm done.
Yeah.
So either way, I actually feel at this point after tonight that Sami Zayn's gonna somehow walk out still a champ.
I could see it. I could very well see it. Now, could they go with the just dominating youngster type, gig here? They absolutely could, and make Braun Breaker look like the scariest motherfucker ever. But whether they do that remains to be seen or not. But it's going to be interesting. But honestly, as we're going into this, I could see some sort of way, some sort of loophole where Sammy sticks around for a little bit longer as the IC champ.
I think so.
Yeah. There's a brawl that breaks out between Lyra Valkyria, Caden Carter, and Katana Chance with damage control. That was that. Okay. Yeah. No, I got nothing on that one.
No, just setting up TV matches next week.
Definitely. And then the main event, Drew McIntyre versus Dragunov versus Sheamus. Really don't like the way they've been treating Dragunov, to be honest, on the main roster, bro. It's been very lackluster.
Yeah, he's kind of just there. I feel like it's going to be a classic Triple H wait fucking a year and a half for him to really do anything.
Yeah, or that's maybe he's waiting till after SummerSlam to push him towards the Bash in Berlin card, but I want to see Dragunov treated like a fucking demon, because he is.
He is, dude. At the end of the day, he could be the person to beat fucking Braun for the Braun Breaker for the IC title whenever he wins it.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
you got people. Yeah, young guy to young guy. That's great, dude. Um, I hope they fucking start using him better instead of just a match guy. Dude, he's using him like Tony Khan.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. And this main event match, man, it was very physical, very, very good match. Very good match. Obviously, these three, these three were about to ball out, and that's exactly what they did. There was a Drew McIntyre Claymore to Sheamus that did seal the deal for Drew and secured Drew the last spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And yes, Drew is going to Money in the Bank as a part of the ladder match. He gets a pre-match or a post-match promo rather, where he did say that now that he's in the match, he's gonna win the match. He's going to go on later that night to cash in and to become the World Heavyweight Champion, and it is finally going to be his night, and he's got his family by his side as he shows that he's wearing the CM Punk, AJ, and Larry bracelet. So that was that, and fuck, man, I really, really don't want to see McIntyre win that champion or win that briefcase, man, because I just know he's gonna go to cash in. Punk's gonna cost him, and they have such a great story to tell with the World Heavyweight Championship, and the story with Priest losing the title anyway.
Exactly. You already have a story. No man, he doesn't have to fuck him over for the title again. You just got to fuck him over again if you really want to, and then that's it. I even saw someone on Twitter say, this would be, whether it's like that or in a simpler way, just like in the Money in the Bank ladder match, that would be the third time that CM Punk fucks over Drew McIntyre. Maybe he set up three stages of hell. He put fucking McIntyre through three stages of hell. Maybe McIntyre wants to put Punk through that. Maybe that could be their first match. You got shit lined up. You don't need to do all that extra shit with the Money in the Bank briefcase.
100%. I think screwing him out of the ladder match is good enough. You do not have to go ahead and waste the briefcase. Just have him win, have him cost Drew, which leads to Gable winning.
That's all you need to do. That's literally the simplest thing ever.
Do not fucking waste the briefcase on this bullshit, bro. Please. I mean, it's not bullshit because they're telling a great story, but they don't need this to further the story. Just have them cost them the ladder match.
That's simple.
I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. But that was everything on Monday Night Raw, man. That was everything for a great fucking week of WWE television. A fantastic week of WWE television, man. The Bloodline turning on Paul Heyman, man. A pretty piss poor week of AEW, bro. And then a great go-home show to Monday Night Raw. Obviously, shit's going to be great, man. Shit's going to be great. We obviously got Friday SmackDown, so that go-home show should be pretty good as well. Saturday, we got Money in the Bank. But with that, man, that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels Podcast. Another great edition of Notorious Unscripted. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. It has been always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
Nice, okay.
And that is going to do it for this edition of Notorious Unscripted. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so very much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so very much. We love you guys, and we will see you guys on Friday with the news and the Money in the Bank 2024 predictions.
Peace.
I used to get pills on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold, and that's what you talking about, Willis. The thrill is gone, the black Frank White is here to excite. Throw dick to dice. Bitches are like I'm brainless, guns are like I'm stainless steel. I want the fucking fortune like the wheel. I squeeze gats till my clips is empty, don't tempt me. You don't want the fuck
Here I am, I'll be damned if this ain't some shit. Time to spread the Yes, I'm a jet black ninja. Coming where you rest at, surrender. Step inside the ring, use the #1 contender.